shit hits different if you've got a penchant for disruptive investments of intellect. Reflect and all too single in a cute environment. You're so pretty, hashtag I admire it. Recycle my reaction, it's a carrot on a stick. Shoot it in 4K, you'll get paid to do it.
Fuck it, make the money. 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 Fuck it, make the money.
Listen, I think we're finally growing up, you guys. Replace the doom scroll with meditation on my analytics. I get it. Why do you all swipe away? This took me all day. Yeah, I can handle pay to play. Not exploited if I gave it away, right?
Make the money. Fuck it, 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 make the money.
Okay, greeting, friends, familia, and otherwise. I've got this feeling that I can belabor a point beyond all usable value, but that is slightly inaccurate. So what if I put it to you like this? I have been feeling like more. That you more. I've more is more as an order. That you, viewer, want to more. That's not accurate. Okay, slightly inaccurate. Okay, I did a short on transparency, and I haven't made it into a reel yet because I haven't been ready to philosophize outside of something musical, because I feel like I get lost in the process. Typically there is a you in a room across from me in some setting or another, and we're discussing things, and I'm influenced and my brain kicks into gear as I listen and also as I consume, so YouTubery, but often all of that coalesces in conversation, and this is admittedly one-sided in that it's being captured now and I'll get feedback about it later. Whoop-de-doo, that's how posting works. Okay, so deep. Don't be hard on yourself, bro. I'm trying. Don't say I can say if I want to. You're right. I've got this feeling of more. And I think what that means for you to understand what that means for me is to explain more about what the fuck I'm saying. So I've been writing these raps, and it started, rap is old and close to the heart for me, but all of this started in retrograde. The big one, the mega grade that we had, where everything was just behind everything, I guess. And I pay attention to those cycles, and the idea was to focus on things that make me whole, or that I feel drawn towards in a creative capacity, and that is my musics. And so I've been saying shit in my music that's along the lines of the things that I've been talking about, and anyone who knows me is going to be like, yep, he's probably looking to talk about every single controversial, let's call them an occurrence or theory ever. But I'm not. As I was taking notes, I found myself to be more interested in acknowledgement and processing. And I think for the most part, that's what I've been doing as I speak with my friends on deep matters. Some of it personal, some of it observational about the world as it is. So, processing. I would like to invite you to sit back, relax, and breathe in the cognitive dissonance, the duality, the hot and cold, as it were, as we attempt to unpack some things to process for fun. Ooh. Performance, right? So disruptive investments of intellect reflect an obtuse angle in acute environment. You're so pretty. Hashtag I admire it. What am I talking about? There's an obvious... I guess I said it best the other night when I was talking to a friend about what I'm writing. It's intended to be divergent. That's interesting because the microphone is unplugged. Check 1 2. I wonder if you can just plug it in on the fly like that. Ooh. There were parts I was doing well when I was thinking of those 3 eyes as like 2 human eyes. Try to humanize. That's interesting. You know, all right, so the ideas in these raps, acute environment, to start with, and the you envy me. Basically, it's just a bunch, I guess, when you're writing something poetic, you're trying to bring up ideas and give a feeling, and I think that's why I feel hip-hop, is because I feel it. I guess any kind of music, right? Whatever, you just feel it the way it's delivered. And the rhythm of spoken word and hip-hop rappery, general rappery, is to inject these ideas just kind of rapidly and form a shape in your head. And that's what I'm trying to do as I discuss things in the song of acute environment. And I'm trying to get Michael, hashtag you know who you are, to write with me, and we'll see. One can dream. So this shit hits different if you've got a penchant. Hashtag I admire it. Yada yada. Shoot that shit in 4K. You'll get paid to do it. What I want to talk about is acknowledging No unpacky tonight. Okay. No more unpacky. Okay. I feel restrained. Slightly inaccurate. Somehow. It's probably up here. Okay. Okay, let's start with acknowledgement. I'm talking about the complexities of existing in another cyclical engagement that seems to be served to everyone as a platform, and there is an algorithm to help unite viewers with creators. But there's an inherent nature in that process, and it's not entirely different than things in the past. It used to take longer to create and to disperse and to propagate any kind of media content, but the process is still the same. The fundamentals are still the same, which is why so much of what's going on feels natural to all of us. It's just faster. It's just faster. And there's lots of people saying, take time to think, but most of it's so left or right. I don't really know. What I want to do is do while taking time to think. Isn't that the nature of things now? Okay. Acute environment. I think if you watch both videos, part 1 and 2, you get the idea. What are we doing? I did a little ditty called Who Made the Stage? Hashtag Who Made the Stage? You know? And that is about the weirdness of creating and sharing, and the rigor of what that takes, and the various purity levels in the creative spirit to put it out there, given the environment, the people, the type of people who are creating. So now that it's all going fast, it's like harmonics in processes. So 2 notes are perfectly in harmony, they can create a third and more as their frequencies interact. So they interact and create more synergy. We get the concept of synergy because it's in business everywhere, all around us. So all of these workings of art, society, production, consumption, operating so quickly in just like near instant feedback loops. Hashtag did a song about that too. SoundCloud. That it creates a new environment. It's different, and some may say slightly dystopian. I would be at times one of them, as I think and ponder. Also, from having spent time on the other side of the country, I see the beauty in what is happening, and I find myself in awe of the creative tools that are at my fingertips right now, with like 7 devices that are all not brand new. and can do amazing shit. So these songs are about what does it mean to want to produce? What does it mean to find the journey? Where's the line between commercial and art, right? And I guess this sounds like art class 1101. Here's the critique, right? Psychobabble. But we can share subjective experience and discuss. So, what does it mean to say, they're saying dance monkey dance, while dance monkey dancing on the topic of dance monkey dancing? It's very meta. Like, how weird is it that part of these popular platforms for creation are based on now analytics of what's trending, like other markets, what do we have? There's like bears and bulls in the financial markets. Do we have Pokemons and Yu-Gi-Ohs? Murakami's? Whoo! Somebody tell me. So, also, in the fast-pacedness of it, there becomes a mindlessness to it. And in general, a more mindless sense about society, though it does seem somewhat introspective. But I think that the pace of life and the process of living in this modernized society is like numbing or muting the connection points in life. I think maybe it's making everything feel more singular, and that we have a sense of community, but it's this sense of community with total agency, which in concept is just admirable for a superpower. But there's just something about maybe the ultimate, the archetype of that would be something a bit sterile, very future, and like agency with boundaries, the connotation of that somehow imparts to some degree impliability at the behest of others, unless a certain process is performed. Have you done this for me? Whatever unlocks the golden door in my agency. And I get that. And I feel like that is, like, in our observation, yes, fundamentally that is what survival is. But there's like, a third or 15th variable that needs to be considered, which I guess is flexibility. Because we need to put together a quick mental picture of what the fuck is happening in everything. But I think that maybe we could learn to separate that from the immediacy of what do we need to do. And maybe be able to maintain rapid input with a significantly delayed reaction. And maybe that's what we're doing right now, actually, is just doom scrolling. And maybe we're just shelving all of our thoughts and or dreamland action items, the things we wish that we could do. Maybe we're just shelving them in this bin, and that's what a doom scroll is. Save for later, save for later, save for later. You know, when is later? Hashtag 4-day work week. Hashtag such a cute idea in a cute environment. Anyhow, are you with me on that? Any of that? That's one of my brother's favorite isms. So this is a space for a bit of duality. What do you create? Share what you create. I would like to see it being shared and consume it. Also, why do we create? And who made this stage? What do you think is going on?